Tell us about the bodybuilding.
Oh man, so I was bodybuilding for like probably like 2 years, 2 or 3 years. Like
How'd you get into it?
I was in Portland, and one of these guys at the gym, because I've always wanted to get like a coach and like bodybuild, but because I followed a bunch of influencers, and one of these Matt, he came up to me and he was like, "Yo, are you gonna compete anytime soon?" Because like my shape was there, and so I was like, "Yeah, I want to compete." And then we started working together, and then that's how I started like really getting into that community, and I'm honestly really grateful for that because it really taught me a lot of discipline and having a schedule, meal timing, eating a certain amount of meals, like, learn to say no when people invite you out. But I gotta say, it's not for the weak.
It sounds depressing as I'm sorry, dude.
Well,
Learn to say no when someone
I
asks you
have
to
such
hang out.
respect
It's so
for that
sad.
sport. For me now with my lifestyle and stuff, it's just impossible because it takes so much energy out of you, especially when you're in prep. Like, imagine waking up at like 6 in the morning, no, 4 in the morning because you can't sleep because you're so lean. Like you're starving.
Yeah, I was
You're
gonna say,
miserable.
what percentage of people in the bodybuilding world don't have an eating disorder?
Oh, they all do. For sure.
I mean,
I
I did back in the day. I almost died a couple times.
It is literally
Yeah,
a,
that is,
it's like-
manifestation of an eating disorder walking around.
So I think some people like use it as a way to like
Manage
deal with it
that.
healthily
Yeah,
in
yeah,
a
yeah.
healthy manner. But it's not. I wouldn't say it was the most healthy I've ever been. Like my labs, blood work, all came back kind of messed up. And
Really?
stuff. I had a thyroid.
But you looked amazing, like muscle-wise and everything.
I mean, you look lean as f- but it doesn't necessarily mean you're like healthy.
No, so like when you're that lean, you think that you're fat. Like when the leanest point of my body, I thought I was like I was like, I'm fat. Like I can't be on stage. It's so messed up how much your brain gets warped from all.
Well, because
of
you want to get to this point, like your stage point,
There's
and
one
then the
moment.
second you get off stage, you have one bite of an Oreo and you start looking different. And then you always compare yourself to that stage version of
so
yourself that is
toxic.
like completely impractical.
Because I
it's
could-
just breeding an
I
eating
could gain
disorder.
a couple pounds right now and not notice, but if you're
You're
that ripped,
lean,
you
yeah.
gain 2 pounds. It's super fucking obvious.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
I've seen all those TikToks of girls who are like, just finished my competition, and they go grocery shopping, and then they put every fucking possible thing they could eat in the in the thing and start eating it, and then the next day it's like
The post show,
just such highs and
smorgasbord
lows.
was crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm assuming you weren't on any illegal substances or anything either.
No.
That's when it really gets insane for dudes who are doing tons of shit.
I would say like a stimulant. There's this stuff called like Clen. That's like it
used to
kind of
take
raises
that.
your body temperature and stuff. It's kind of scary. It's kind of scary because it kind of makes you think.
You
that-
have like the worst day ever when you're on that shit, but it
Honestly,
makes you lose
no. Whenever
weight.
you're that lean and that depleted, it gives you like that extra energy. You're just
Really?
like,
You're already so fucked that
It
it
made me
makes
feel
you
like I was
better.
gonna have a heart attack when I used to do that.
yeah. I thought so too. And then yeah.
So what was your sex life like all along this journey?
Okay, so I was with my ex. He was also in a bodybuilding competition. He was jacked up on a lot of gear. He shouldn't have ever. The thing with that is like went down a really completely changed himself. It was bad. So
It changes personality.
really bad.
But
like,
did you
it
think he was super hot?
At first I did, and then towards the end it was just like he became a monster.
Really?
So
Was he like short fused?
abusive, and no, we're not going into much detail. I don't really want to go into that, but like it was just a really, really, really dark time of my life and my sex life. I mean, I was doing OnlyFans at that time, and he hated me for doing OnlyFans. Yeah, I was paying for all of the bills and stuff. And so he would complain if I didn't want to have sex with him because like I was so drained of energy. So he started like going out seeking other people behind my back and stuff. So I didn't have the energy to have sex, and he was the complete opposite, but like in the most toxic way. So it was just there was like two different factors where it's like I don't want to have sex because I'm drained, and then you're just like I can't. Like it's like so much negative energy. It just kind of made me like want to like not. My body was just like rejecting that. So, but that kind of went on for like 2.5 years.
Wow.
So don't know.
So how long ago did the relationship end?
Over a year ago. Yeah,
Okay.
it was like over a year.
But so in terms of the bodybuilding thing, did you just kind of abruptly stop
Yeah.
doing it, or do you still
It
work
was
out a
after-
certain amount? You
so
have like a
it
healthy
was-
relationship now?
It was after I broke up with him. I just, I didn't really have an identity for some time. I was just kind of like, what the fuck do I do with my life? Like, what do I do? I'm bodybuilding. Do I even like this sport? I'm doing OnlyFans. I'm trying to keep up with this. Like, you have to have sex all the time. It was just so much going on, and I just got rid of the stuff that was really stressing me out at that time because I really just wanted to focus during that time. I just really, the only thing that would make me feel good was just making money. And by the way I'd make money is just quit the stuff that is like kind of pulling me back from that. So yeah, so I quit like all of a sudden, like kind of abruptly. Still have a lot of respect for that sport. My best friend is she's competed in the Olympia, so her and I are really close, but she's very in tune with the bodybuilding, but she respects my work and stuff, so it goes hand in hand. But as I said, I'm not completely out of the industry. I respect it, but like I just personally could not do it anymore.
It must be so weird to like have this friend group who knows you as being super chiseled and big and shit, and then they see you like a year or two later and you're just like a normal person. And I'm sure to them it's like being a fucking religious person who sees somebody after they've like left the cult. Is that the vibe at all?
No.
When you show up looking more normal?
No. Nobody really cares.
They're not that judgmental.
No, I mean everybody's there for themselves. That's the thing. It's like, okay, they're competing. Like for me, what I've learned a lot is like whenever you go to the stage, it's like you did the best that you could. You pretty much starved yourself the best that you could, done the work, lifted the work. It's pretty much, it's a very solo sport. It's you against you. So people aren't really watching how how you're after.
They're not like judging you. Yeah,
No.
because why would they really care?
No, they
Were
don't
there
care.
other OnlyFans girls in the bodybuilding world that you were in?
I think so. I'm trying to think. Yeah, there definitely was. I just can't think of any on the top of my head, but there definitely is. It's kind of big in the bodybuilding world from what I remember. I know some girls that are like big on they're pretty well known and they have OnlyFans and stuff.
So you're better at having sex than lifting weights?
I still lift weights every day.
Okay.
Yeah, I still do 40 minutes of cardio every morning, 40 minutes to an hour every single morning. I have to, like before I came here, did an hour of cardio because it just clears my head. And I go, I do legs 3 times a week, and I do lifts. I do upper body like once or twice a week. And so I eat 4 times a day, so I'm still pretty regimented. But if I can't make it to the gym, I'm like, I'm not gonna like have a mental breakdown from that.